Hey friends, how you doing again tonight? It is the night of the 24th of October. So this is going to be a little pitch for a town that my wife and I really like very much called Galena, Illinois. Now last year around this time, actually it was a little more, I think in the summertime frame, I made a video touting the Wisconsin Dells. And I still stand by that. It's a little different. The Wisconsin Dells is more of a place to take your entire kids and family, theme parks, water parks, and all that type of stuff. So if you listen to the video, you'd understand. I'm sure you understood. This is about 2 hours away from that, though. This is more of an adult thing. So Galena, Illinois is the edge of Illinois on the border of Iowa and Wisconsin. The 3 states are right in that area. It's about an hour and 20 minutes or so from where I am. And it's a beautiful drive, first of all. It's a typical Midwestern country drive. It's a highway, but it's not very populated. You see a lot of farmlands, and people seem that you can tell they have a little bit of money because they have a nice setup, and you see a lot of cows and horses and things like that. Very much like a Corey Ives painting that you would see, or a puzzle that you put together. Rolling hills. It's not really flat. Very nice. Rolling hills. And there's a winery we go by, which we want to try. It's got brick oven pizza, and they make their own wine. Beautiful drive to it. It's half the fun, so to speak. But then you come into a town called, it's all through Iowa, by the way. You hit Iowa, you go straight through Iowa. And if you're ever in the Midwest for any reason, have to stop in Chicago, and you have a couple days, it's worth the trip. Many famous people have gone to Galena. Frank Sinatra, when he was married to Lauren Bacall, just to name a couple. And there's a reason why. It's a very, very tourist area, but yet it's not really for teenagers, per se. It's not that type of crowd, which is really nice if you're older like I am and my wife are. So you go there, you hit Dubuque, Iowa, which is a sizable city. Not too big, but it's nice, right in the bay, in the wide part of Mississippi. Very nice bay town. And then when you come into Dubuque, Iowa, you have 2 things you can do from there if you go straight. You can go over a far bridge that takes you into Wisconsin, and that'll take you to the Wisconsin Dells. Or you have a closer bridge, which brings you back into Illinois. And about 15 minutes down the road from that, you come into Galena, Illinois. The highest point in the state. It's like small mountains, so to speak. It looks like you're in a small mountain range. It's very, very beautiful. Everything in there is pristine. Even the Walmart. Now, most Walmarts I've ever been in my life, they're not pristine. The people in Walmart that you see on TV, well, you see that, especially the one here where I live in Rock Island, down the road, Moline. But not there. Even their Walmart looks clean and pristine, and you don't see dregs of society going in there. Very different. Everything is very nice there. The population is not a lot of people, actually. I think it's like a little over 3,000 people actually live in the town. It seems to be an older population. We have not yet seen in town teenage kids. Now, there's a school there, so I'm sure there are. But a lot of the people that you'll see there on a weekend especially are tourists that come from the Chicago area or from wherever. They don't live there because it draws that. So when you first go into Galena, if you come in from the back, the right, the back way, straight in, take a right, and you look at it from a little bit on the hill, it literally looks like a picture postcard. The buildings, the main street is like a little over a mile long. And the buildings are older, some of them up to 100 and something years old, all refurbished, beautiful. You could spend a whole day. We have been in there, a lot of photos I've shown are in the main street, and that's where a lot of the tourists come. And you can spend a whole day there. There's anything you want to do. It's with fine restaurants, steakhouses, Italian restaurant. That's where Frank Sinatra went. Mexican restaurants, breweries, a couple breweries where they brew their own beer, and you can eat. And there's all the different shops and knick-knack things, and there's dinner theater, with a ghost dinner theater if you want to go there at night. Chocolate shops, of course, you've seen. I get those wonderful chocolates. There's a couple of those, and Christmas all year round thing, and anything you can imagine is there. And throughout the year, there's, especially around the holiday season and stuff, they have all different fairs and events constantly going on. Memorial Day, July 4th, it's all very festive. But we have walked through that. We haven't seen everything yet, but we walked through at different times when we're there, because we like to go to a Greek steakhouse, which is really good, really, really good. And the crowd is always literally like mature and older. Because again, it's not the type of thing, there's no theme parks in this Galena. There's nothing that's really going to attract young kids, which is nice. I remember asking a policeman, my wife was going to one of the bathrooms before we left, public bathrooms that were there, and I asked him how it is living around here, and he goes, it's wonderful. He's been there all his life, and it's really nice. And when you get, so the shops, there's so much to see there. When you go behind that, there's like a river that cuts in. You can go over into what's called Grant Park, which is named after President Grant. There's a reason, I'll say that in a minute. And it's very, very beautiful. I've taken pictures there, and people kayak in the summer, and it bleeds all the way to the Mississippi. Farther down, I haven't gone to that, but it's really nice. It just, again, like a picture postcard. Very peaceful, very serene. Everything's neat and clean. There's a railroad that goes through there, just like old times. Very, very nice. And so different attractions besides that center of town, which has all the activity. You get to see Grant's house. Yes, President Grant was given a house when he didn't have a lot of money. He went into the service twice. When he first came out, he was a lower rank. He didn't have a lot of money, and the town pitched in to get him a house. You can go see that house and all the different things that were around there, a little store and stuff. And I did that and posted some photos. Then there's another thing called the Belvedere House, which is a huge mansion, 5 floors. You can go in that. You have to pay for that, but it's like an hour tour, and a half hour each. You go to the first and second floor. And that gentleman who had money bought Grant his house. You can go into that. There's a mountain, Chestnut Mountain, which is absolutely beautiful. That's the highest point. That's about a couple miles away down the road, about 5 miles down the road. A couple of resorts. One that looks like a castle. It's called Goldmoor Inn. And you also both those overlook the Mississippi, which is really nice. Most famous river in the country. And both of them, well, I don't know so much about Chestnut Mountain, but Goldmoor is expensive. It looks like you're in an old castle. It's just beautiful. And the room's like $400 a night. You expect that. There's another one on a man-made river, which I took photos this past weekend. Eagle Ridge Resort, 4 golf courses, well-known, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. All these places have walking trails, by the way. The Chestnut Mountain and all, the walking trails everywhere on a man-made beautiful lake. There's other places, historic places within the town. It's all areas to hike and bike if you like outdoor activities. It is a very wholesome place to be. It literally looks like something, you went in a different world. And incredible peaceful aura when you're there. We've met a lot of different people walking in the trails. All of them seem to be a little older, retired. They really do. And they come around and it's going great. And oh, it's so fun to be here. We came all the way from Chicago. Always a great experience. So if you have a chance, or if you're ever in, somewhere in Iowa, or somewhere business takes you there, you had to go through Chicago and have a couple of days. Galena is very famous, very well known. Like I said, a lot of celebrities stopped in there. I can see why. It's a very peaceful place to be. Even when it's crowded, which is only ever really in the main where the shops are, you never feel overwhelmed. Again, there's no bunch of teenagers causing trouble or things like that. I've never seen, my wife and I, we've been there numerous times, teenage kids. Not that that's bad. We just haven't seen any. It's usually, the kids we do see are usually young, very young, because they're with their parents. Or it's adults like 30 and on up. Therefore, if people playing, instruments outside, whether it's one got violin, the guitar, and different accordion, stuff like that, just old-time flavor. And plenty of stuff to do, whatever you want to do, whatever your flavor is. But again, it's not really like the Dells is more of a thing for kids and theme parks and all that type of stuff. This is more of an adult getaway. I know friends where I work who have had weddings there. I can see that, especially at Chestnut Mountain, you overlook the Mississippi. I can see them doing that. One guy did all kayaking, had his bachelor party there. I can see somebody doing that. So just something to think about. Galena, Illinois. Google it. See the photos. I've sent a lot online anyways if you want to go on my page. But there's beautiful photos. photos and just Google why people really like to go there. And you'll see. It's a place, if you have a chance to ever visit, you will not be disappointed. All right, it's Rick here. Have a great night on 24 October 2023. God bless.